we go, back again with another video on this late Wednesday evening. As you can see, I'm all ready for bed. Got me hat on because it's cold, got me dressing gown on, and I'm all ready for bed. But I've been told a bit of news, so I thought I'd pass the news on. I'm not 100% sure it's correct, but hopefully it's not. But unfortunately, it probably will be. Yes. But first, Sunderland did play Stoke at the weekend. We lost 5-1. But we also played Stoke on the under-21s, where we won 4-1. We won 4-1, and players in that team got a good run out. Joe Anderson, right? Joe Anderson, the centre-back, remember him? We've got Ekwa in the centre of midfield. Chris Rigg, Lahaji, Barr, and Bennett, Gardner all had a good run out. We had Johnson, Richardson, Crompton and Taylor in there as well. So good runs out for those Sunderland players in the peripheral or fringes of the first team, which I think we will need to use at some point in this season, because we are getting a few injuries coming towards the end of the season and a lot of tired bodies out there. But before we get into the main story again, Sunderland could face a formal complaint after disappointing Stoke City experience for supporters. Sunderland have taken steps to ensure supporters in the North Stand are not hit by missiles thrown from away supporters. Sunderland could face a formal complaint to the Independent Football Ombudsman after Stoke City supporters saw coins confiscated ahead of the Potters' 5-1 win at the Stadium of Light. The decision to ban away supporters bringing coins, vapes and mobile phone power banks being brought into the ground earlier this year. The decision was made after the Burnley game. The club carried out an investigation to see whether away fans could be moved back to the South Stand, but they're keeping them in the same position. Now, there is something happening. As per Stoke Live, Malcolm Clark, the Stoke supporting chairman of the Football Association's Support Association, has written to Sunderland detailing his concerns with an intention of reporting Sunderland to the relevant authorities. The Football Ombudsman would then review the complaint, and although recommendations are non-binding, the club are expected to implement their findings. Clark said, "You can understand Sunderland's concern of objects being thrown from the away fans down to the home end. The letter was handed to a Stokes fan on the coaches." So on the Stokes coaches, letters are handed out to be read out, saying that money will be confiscated. What it says, if they want to get supporters in a good mood, that should have been written in an entirely different way. Instead of starting with "enough is enough." That's how the letter started. Enough is enough, and all that passive-aggressive stuff, it should have been asking for help. There was a very large number of police presence and large number of stewards and dogs behind the way end. I walked through, this is the guy who's writing the letter, he walked through the cordon without anyone searching him, without anyone even looking at him, but other supporters were searched by stewards who put hands into their pockets of their trousers to check for coins, which is entirely inappropriate, while another had these cards taken out of his wallet. Wow. So Sunderland are going to be reported. I said to a senior steward that it was the most unwelcome experience that I've had at a football club for some time, and they looked surprised. Police had boarded a number of Stoke coaches and gave severe warnings about not taking coins in. I don't think it's part of the police's duty. It's not a criminal offence to carry coins on person. If Sunderland wanted to do, it should be stewards. It's intimidating behaviour, and the police should have better things to do. The stadium light is a cashless inside the ground, but the number of supporters have highlighted the cash was needed to buy match day programmes, while charity collections outside the ground asking for coins to be dropped in buckets. Clark said, "For the avoidance of any doubt, both FSA and Stoke City supporters at club deplore any behaviour such as items being thrown by the away supporters. Sunderland have CCTV in the ground. If the stewards identify individuals doing this, we would support their prosecution. which would be highly likely to lead to a football banning order in addition to any action taken by Stoke City. I should add that Sunderland are unique in the Championship in housing all their away fans in the upper tier immediately above the home fans, and respectively suggest that this problem could be eliminated by reconfiguring this arrangement. So there we have it. Stoke are not happy with the way they were treated at the Stadium of Light. But any money that was taken from the Stoke fans will be sent to the club and given to charity. There you go. I can understand where they're coming from. We can understand. A lot of fans want the Sunderland fans moved down below somewhere else. This is going to rumble on, and it's going to rumble on for a while. There was fans throwing objects from the Stoke end down to the Sunderland side, but there was also home fans apparently throwing stuff at Alex Neil. So I know it's not on. No fans should be throwing anything at all at anybody in the ground. But there we go. So we'll get over that bit of news there. Now we'll move on. I didn't mention the under-21s for a specific reason. We're going to move on. I've heard some sad news today that Alessi, who went off at half-time in the game against Stoke, is out for the rest of the season with a thigh injury. Out for the rest of the season. Now, how does that shape with Sunderland? With Huggins not being fit, Serkin not being fit. Now, Alessi out for the rest of the season. How are we going to change the system aside around for the weekend? Now, I've just threw something out there as just a ballpark, and you can let me know in the comments down below. I want to wish Alessi, I think he's been good. 20 games he's played for Sunderland. I do like the lad. I think he's more of a left-sided central defender than a left back. But I do wish him a speedy recovery. Hopefully, he's been nickled. He's had a few injuries this season, a few niggles this season. So hopefully a good rest. Then all the pre-season to build up, touch wood, it'll be spot on for next season. I wish him all the best. Just a young lad. But we could go back to a back three. Because would you bring Joe Anderson in? Or would you just keep him in the 23s for the time being the next season? So Patterson, Ballard, Bart, Luke 09, the three centre-backs. Trey Hume is the right wing-back. We could have Clark as the left wing-back. And then we have to mix it around in the middle a bit. We got Mishu, Barb. We could also bring in Ekwa in there. But Ekwa, is it a bit too soon for Ekwa? Maybe 60 minutes, bring him on. Bar has already played first team this season. Mishu, probably just over Dan Neil, who for me needs a bit of a break. And then we have Pritchard behind Roberts and Gelhardt, and Ahmad again on the bench. So that's what I'm struggling to find a formation. I'm struggling to find a team because we have that many injuries and people out, and we have tired players. So what do you think of that team? Do you think Tony Mowbray will change the system, or will he bring maybe back Gooch? I don't know if Gooch is coming back yet. See, I hope Serkin's fit to come back in. I don't know if he is. I hope Huggins is fit to come back in, but I don't know if he is. So I've only put in players who I know are fit to start on Sunday. So that's the team I think could start on Sunday, but who knows? Tony Mowbray hasn't been changing anything much in the training ground. He's been keeping it the same kind of working on the same tactics. So will he go to a back three, or will he try and put square pegs in round holes and squeeze somebody in at left back? Personally, I'd rather go to the back three and try and keep players in the right places. You know, Pritchard in front of the two midfielders rather being in the centre of midfield. Hume on the right, Clark on the left where he is. You can move Bar further over the side. You got Gelhardt, Roberts, Pritchard. You can change the system a little bit, but the players might just stay the same. So there we go. Sad news. I'm disappointed. I do hope it's wrong, but unfortunately, I think it's correct. Alessi is out for the rest of the season. I'm sure it'll be announced in the next couple of days. So again, I wish him a safe, speedy recovery, because I do like Alessi. He's a good player, one for the future next season. So there we go. I will be doing a match preview, probably maybe it's Thursday or Friday for the Norwich game. Again, you can leave your score predictions if you want for the Norwich match on this video, because if you get the correct score, you will get the Argentina shirt, so long as you get the goal scorers correct. So there we go. Again, hate to bring sad news. Time to go to bed. See you later. God bless me. God go with you. Please subscribe to the channel if you want. Thank you for all the nice comments. Thank you for the good comments on my food video yesterday. I took my bait to work and I really enjoyed the second helpings today. Give us a thumbs up. Take care. God bless me. God go with you. We'll see you probably tomorrow. See you later. Thanks.